Hey everybody, welcome to MT Guitar. Thank you so much for joining us today. We're doing a lesson on Travis picking, and I've composed two examples, one in a more beginner level, one a little more intermediate. So I threw together a couple ideas, and one thing that's really important with Travis picking is the thumb. So I've got some different examples of ways to address that, and also how to isolate your fingers so that you can get going without being overwhelmed, and how to get started with Travis picking. And also ways to improvise and basically create your own parts, your own melodies, etc. So it's a lot of fun, and it's definitely a workout for the right hand. So a great chance to improve your fingerstyle technique. There'll be a tab for this on the Patreon, and I appreciate you checking that out. There's a link in the description below. Also remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell and all the things that help our channel. So let's get started with this lesson and zoom in on the hands. Alright, so the basics of Travis picking have to do with the thumb, and the fingers can get a little more complex, whereas the thumb probably will not get too complex even with advanced Travis picking. So I'll show you what I mean in a bit here, but if we just start with the thumb only, and we have an A chord, now you could do this over any chord. The picking pattern might be a little different with certain chords. We'll cover a few here. If you have an A, you'll do 5th string, 4th string. And the most basic would be to go back and forth every quarter beat. So you could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, okay, until you change to the next chord. And that's a root 5th bass motion, which is something that bass players know all about in many styles, including country and bluegrass, jazz, blues, you name it. So you can do that at any speed to at least get the idea before you even think about the fingers, which is kind of nice to ease into this. Let's say we go to a D chord. Okay, now we could either do 4th and 3rd string, which is what I like to do because it's a brighter sound. Some people do 4th and 5th string, which it's the same melodic action of root and 5th, same bass action of root and 5th. It's just a matter of which octave you're doing. Here would be a higher octave of the 5th. Here would be a lower octave. If you go the lower octave, you might have more room to do melodies here. But I kind of do that. You can also do more advanced things I'll show you in a bit. Alright, so let's cover A to D. Let's go to D now. Okay. What about E chord, which would be the 5 chord? This is the 1 chord, here's the 4 chord. Here's the 5 chord. We can go bass, root, or 6th, 5th, 6th, 5th. Back to A. So let's do 2 bars of A, 2 bars of D, 2 bars of E, and 2 bars of A for a nice 8-bar thumb exercise here. Ready? 2, 3, 4. And a D. Here's the E. And back to the A. Now you don't have to do it that fast. Practice it slow as you need to go, okay, for every chord. And now if we add notes, I just improvised that, so you don't even have to memorize things ahead of time. You can just work with your fingers in between or with the thumbs. There would be every single 8th note. So the point is that the thumb is now like a drum kit. It's just moving on its own, and it takes some time to get the multitasking part of your brain to move your fingers in either downbeats or upbeats. Okay? So that would be that. Now if we want to spice up the thumb part before we get to the fingers, before we get to these two exercises note for note, the other way to think about the thumb is you can do the 5th 3 times in a row. It's a little more advanced because you have to, the thumb has to take over in a more complicated way. 5th string, 4th, 6th, 4th. All right? That's a whole bar. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So that would be root, fifth, fifth, fifth. Now when you go to the D chord, you can do the same thing. Root, fifth, fifth, fifth. Okay, and then the E chord, you can't really do it as well, in my opinion, because you're starting on the 6th string root. I don't really like that. You could also do, but that's a little too complicated. You don't want to get your Travis pickings distracting from the melody. So you can go 6th and 5th over and over, or you could go 6th and 4th without the 4th string fretted. So it would be 4th string open, making it an E7 chord. Kind of nice right there too. You're welcome to also go 6, 5, 4, 5, although I don't personally like that sound as much. But the point is that you're creating sort of a bass line, and it's almost like the guitar becomes more of a piano, which is one of the great things about finger picking and fingerstyle, is that you can do great solo work on it. So let's cover the more advanced thumb action here. 2, 3, 4. Here's the D. Here's the E. Back to the A. Alright. So I think we're ready to add the fingers now. These are 2 examples, but you don't need to limit yourself to these. You can basically create anything. I just created these, and there's tons of possibilities out there, different keys and chord progressions, different melodies, different syncopations and rhythms, etc. So let's try this here. We're going to now add the melody, and the melody by itself is 2nd fret, 2nd string, open to 2nd fret, 3rd string. And then you speed up the melody, and then hammer on to 2nd fret. Now that's important to isolate that. Where I isolated the thumb, you don't want to just rush into things and get overwhelmed. So 2nd, open, 2nd, 2nd, open, 2nd, O2. So with the thumb, that would be okay, 5th and 2nd together, 4th, open 2nd, 5th, and then 3rd and 4th together. Okay, 2nd bar would be 5th and 2nd, open, 4th, 3rd, 5th. Hammer on. Now here's a tricky part. When you hammer on, at the same time play the 4th string. Like that. Let's do those 2 bars together. Good. Now the D chord. So 4th and 2nd, 3rd, 1st. So the melody is 3, 0, 2, 3, 2, 0, 3 with the thumb. 3, 0, 2, 3, 2, 0, 3. Okay, medium tempo. All right, good. Now we have the E, and we want to get our E7 ready. So we want the 3rd fret on the 2nd string. So the melody is O. So down the strings, 1st string, O, 2nd string, 3rd fret, 1st fret, 3rd string, and then O, 3, O, 1. All right, 6th and 1st, 5th, 3rd fret, 4th and 3rd together, 6th and 1st, 2nd, 5th, open, 6th, 3rd, 5th. Nice and slow. All right, now we do an A chord, 5th and 3rd together. So that melody is da 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 2 0 2, and then E chord quickly, 0 1 2, and on the So with the bass kind of changes a little bit. It goes from 5th and 3rd, 4th, 2nd, 5th, 4th and 2nd, and then 6th and 2nd, 4th and 3rd on this E chord here, and then 5th and 3rd with the A chord. So last two measures. Okay, let's do the whole thing at a medium tempo, and we'll go to the second one. Ready? Nice. Now we're going to do the second one. This is going to be a little more intermediate and advanced. So we're going to do more hammer-ons and pull-offs. The melody is going to be 2, O, hammer-on, 2, O, 2, 3rd string. This is the example where we're using our thumb 5th, 4th, 6th, 4th. So we're going to do 5th and 2nd, and then hammer on 5th, O, 2, O, 2, 2. One more time. 2, O, 2, O, 2, O, 2, O, 2, 2. All right. Now the D chord, 5th and 3rd. Sorry, 2nd and 4th, 1st and 3rd, hammer on. 5th, 2nd, 3rd. The 3rd is with the thumb, so. And then we're going to do a little James Taylor inspired riff here. 4th and 1st together with 3rd fret. 2 pull off, but when you pull off, you want to hit the 3rd string. And then 5th and 1st together, hammer on the 2nd fret, and finish with the 2nd and 3rd. Probably the hardest part of the lesson. Let's do the whole line. All right, good. Now the E7 is going to be the same exactly, I believe, yes, as the earlier example. Because I just didn't want to give up that melody. I just kind of like that. So I kept that in this one as well. Same thing. And then we have the A, 5th and 3rd, and now 2nd and 4th together. 3rd string, 6th and 2nd, hammer on. 4th and 1st. So now the same ending as before. So let's do that whole line nice and slow. All right, let's do the whole number 2 exercise, nice and medium tempo here. 2, 3, 4. And you can, of course, repeat these exercises to your heart content so that you get in the groove. I mean, you can play this same loop for 4 minutes as a song would, where you'd have a similar pattern happening throughout the song. So if you want to take this to the next level, I would mess around with your own patterns. Maybe try some different chords. So. That was just, something in G, E major. There's a little shuffle there. Mess around with 1, 4, 5 or other chord progressions and see what you can come up with maybe just get your thumb going at first, and then see if you can throw in the fingers, but do it slowly. That would be all downbeats. There's some anticipations. All right. So you can get really creative if you want, and just remember to enjoy this, which is a great rule in general. And other than that, let me know if there's any questions. I'll be doing more of this, I'm sure, in the future. Enjoy. All right, well done, everybody. Definitely a workout for the right hand, and just a lot of fun to work on fingerstyle. I hope you had fun as I did. So remember to subscribe and look for the next lesson. And other than that, have a great day, everybody. Take care.